do is very different to a lot of other things. These days are extremely busy and extremely intense, and it's probably a lot harder than maybe what it's portrayed from the TV side of stuff. But it's never ending. It's tough, and this is the hardest race we have all year.
It's day 2 of the year's first championship round of the Australian V8 Supercar Series. Adelaide is a track which has traditionally not been kind to Greg Murphy, who came 6th in race 1 yesterday out of a field of 34.
When getting on the brakes and getting the car on the nose, it's like it's not pitching, like it's not loading up the front. That's what it sort of feels like. It's better off going too fast in the corner to stop people.
He isn't happy with the handling characteristics of his car, and he's had the Super Cheap Auto team hard at work trying to improve it.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. That's why I reckon it's got the understeer. Because
engineer Steve Henderson is new to the team, as is Murphy. It's a high-tech business where the car's every move is tracked and analysed by an array of computers. The human element, though, is crucial.
A new team, new people, and the way they go about doing their thing, that's getting me to work in with them and provide them with what they need. So they're making me do stuff that maybe I haven't done enough of or done a lot of in the past, and it's very important. So they want to know exactly what I'm thinking, so they can analyse that with what they're doing, what they're thinking with the data, what the data says from the car, and it's good for everybody.
I was with him in '99 when he won at Bathurst, and that was a great result for both him and myself. It was my first win at Bathurst. He's a great race driver. Like, he's totally focused, he's committed, and technically he works hard.
Question: what's our answer to why it's doing this now than what it was? I think it always was. I think it always was.
Oh, look, it's like a relationship. I think it's probably like being married. You get yourself into a new relationship with a driver. You learn their idiosyncrasies. He has to learn our idiosyncrasies. So I think it's a situation where we know that we've probably got about a good 3 or 4 months to go before we really are au fait with what Greg likes and dislikes. Day by day, session by session, lap by lap, and I think that we're learning that as quickly as we can. And he's providing us great support in doing that.
How important is this race today to you?
As important as every other race. They all, at the end of the day, add up for a championship. So every single race I count is of equal importance to any other one.
Driving the car is just part of Murphy's job. Sponsors and fans are the lifeblood of this industry, and they have to be massaged.
You've got no idea where you rode on your back.
He's probably one of the most popular guys in the category. We've done some research in recent times, which was part of the reason why we ended up with Greg, to know that he was the most popular Holden identity in Australia and particularly in New Zealand. That's great, but it also brings its own problems because Greg's always in demand, in high demand. I mean, you've seen the way that we have to move around here during the course of a race meeting. It's what you could only class as organised chaos, and that's what comes with having a driver like Greg Murphy.
Thanks, buddy.
Why did you go to get his autograph?
Oh, he's just wonderful. Absolutely awesome Kiwi guy.
One of the great drivers. Who did you just see?
Greg Murphy.
I think he's great.
He's really down to earth, he's passionate about what he does, and he cares about his fans.
Give you a racing car drive when you run?
Worst meeting of all for time.
Why is that?
Oh, it's just so much to do. Everyone wants something.
Unfortunately, with time roads, so you're probably going to miss out here. But at 12:45, if you like to come over to the garage, we can certainly help you.
You could spend the entire day signing autographs.
It's part of it. People want it. I'm happy to give it when there's time to do it. Unfortunately, sometimes there's not enough time, and you leave people standing and they go, oh, just one more. But unfortunately, you can't just. I mean, yeah, as you say, you'd be there standing there all day if they wanted you, if you could.
Did that seem weird to you, the very first autograph you were asked for? Can you remember back then?
They still seem weird. Why people want my scrawl is quite quite interesting. I'm not really sure, but anyway.
Murphy and Paul Wheel, who drives the team's second car, have a lot of ground to cover just getting to all the sponsors.
You should be riding, shouldn't you? You're the motorbike pro.
Still upright and breathing, both.
This is Castrol, where Murphy in particular is a big hit.
I want to know what you did this morning.
If you watch the doco, you'll be able to see.
I'm going to buy this doco. Craig's been associated with Castrol teams for a number of years now, and we've always found him to be so obliging, happy-go-lucky guy, a bit cheeky, a bit of fun.
Hey, mate, you shouldn't follow your dad. I mean, yeah, if he's a Ford man, doesn't mean you have to be.
And because he is a bit cheeky and a bit of fun, it makes it all more entertaining.
Nice face, Joey.
Wheel and Murphy are happy enough to share their thoughts on the team's latest poster.
That's deer in the headlights type stuff. It is deer in the headlights.
The fans are a constant presence outside the pits.
Not bad shot that, eh?
Some of the real diehards are invited inside. Less than 3 hours to the race, and Murphy has some real hands-on work. The long race on Saturday exposed the need for some changes to his seat to make it more comfortable for the day's race. Looks like a lot of autograph signing, but there's usually much more than this.
I've probably signed less autographs this weekend than I have in all of last year, because you just need to be able to have your time to make sure that the body's feeling good to get in this car. I mean, it was high 50s in the cars out there today. It's quite different than some of the other races we go to, just because of the length of it and this type of circuit it is.
The VB Challenge is a promotional event for Murphy's personal sponsor VB, which they do for entertainment, and it's part of his commitment at each event. It's a slalom race for invited drivers from Ford and Holden teams. It's Murphy's first chance of the day to really hit the accelerator.
It's pretty tough, the guys that race in this championship are athletes in their own right, and I've heard many a time motorsport questioned as being a sport. Well, it's very much a sport, because the people that drive these cars have worked very hard at it, and the training and the effort that goes into it is more than probably some other sports that are around the place.
Where else could you do that legally in someone else's car and get paid for the privilege? For the record, the Holden team triumphed over Ford. Notched the first win of the day for Murphy.